It is the middle of the year. How did that happen? Oh my god, how did that happen? And it's very, very, oh god, it's very warm outside, and I'm just in isolation still, so I'm like, ugh. This is the first time in 7 days, I think, that I put makeup on and like wore something other than my pajamas. Yeah, let's see what I've read. So I thought the mid-year freakout tag that I've seen everybody do before I watched their videos, I was like, oh, okay, so it's like 20 minutes and people talk about what they've read and what they've liked maybe and what they didn't like. Um, but now I found out that there are actual questions. This blog post is from last year and I hope the questions haven't changed. That would be a bit embarrassing. There is an original link, I think. That's what everybody is saying. So I'm just gonna find out who invented the tag and then put it down in the description. Yes, and then let's see. So yes, I have read 30 books this year. That means I'm 3 books behind schedule. I did not do the math on that. I cannot do math in general, so Goodreads did it for me. And to be honest, I mean, I know it's not a competition or whatever, but I'm the last time I checked, I was like 5 books ahead of schedule, and then I haven't checked in a while, and now I'm like, what? I'm behind. Oh, I hate this. The thing is, I really like the tracking option and the competition thing of Goodreads, not because I like to compete with other people, but with myself. Because like I used to be such an avid reader. I used to be the book kid, and now I'm like, oh, there's Netflix. Oh, there's writing. Oh, there's Friends. I do have Friends now. Um, so I kind of don't read that much anymore. So I'm like, that's just pretty sad. I want to motivate myself more to read more. So yes, that's what we're doing. Amazing. Also, I'm very sorry for the coughing in between. Still, I'm still positive. I'm still a bit ill. So I just can't spend my time in bed anymore. I need to do something substantial. So that's not substantial. You know what I mean. Anyway, yes. So 30 books completed. 3 books behind schedule. Okay, yeah. I think the best book I've read would be A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Okay, the best sequel I read was then really the sequel of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I have seen a few reviews that called it like over dramatic, and I don't know. I maybe I liked it because of that, or despite of it. I don't know. I really like the sequel. I think the main character, she is called Pip, and she's like pretty special as far as like I totally lost my train of thought there. Sometimes. Ah, yeah, she's pretty special as far as main characters go, and she has such a cool character arc. Like, there really is a change. I adore the love story, like the romance part of it. It's such a healthy romance, and I was eating that up. It was so nice to finally have like a supportive, non-toxic romance, and I just loved it. I loved Pipper. She was funny. She was clever. She was yeah. She was determined, and she had this. She was really growing as a character. So I liked the second book. Okay, as you noticed, my channel is very negative. I try to change that. I don't do it on purpose. It's just I think I'm pretty easily disappointed. So biggest disappointment. You've reached Sam. I loved the cover. I fell in love with the cover. I found it on Audible, like I stumbled upon it. I was like, oh, that is such a beautiful cover. And then I kind of liked the idea, like what was in the blurb. It was like, oh, that's a nice idea. And then it just wasn't. It was very boring in a sad way, and I couldn't really feel for the main character because she was so mean. She was such a bad friend, and I didn't really like her that much. So I was like, oh, alright, you're sad, I get that. Can you be sad somewhere else? One true queen. Is there a third book? Oh, wait. By. What's your name? By Jennifer Benkow. And I'm not sure, actually, if that is. If that is an English book, because I've read it in German, but I think the author is also German. But it has an English title, so I don't know, I haven't really checked if there are English versions of it. So yeah, and I think because of that element of surprise, I liked it even more than I would have liked it if I would just have expected it or if I would like to read fantasy. But yeah. So yeah, it's about this girl, Malin, and she has a sister, and her sister is very sick. She's in a coma for like a few years now, and no one really knows what's up. And then Malin ends up in like a parallel universe or like a different world, like a fantasy world, and she finds out that her sister is the queen of that country, and that all the queens in this country are destined to die very young. So her sister is about to reach that point where she will die, and Malin is afraid that that means she will die in her world too. And then there's also a love story, obviously, because there always is. And I kind of liked this one. It was not. I think it wasn't toxic, which is a surprise. Like, my bar is very low. My bar's on the floor for romance and couples in fantasy or romantasy books. Down there. So yeah, that was surprising. I like that. I'm not sure if I have one. Like, this year was, until now, a lot of things happened. I told you I moved and I started a new job, so I had a lot of rereads because I wanted something that felt familiar, that felt like home, and I was not in the right headspace to discover new stories because I was so occupied with my own in a way. That yeah, I think I don't have a new favorite author, but instead I'm just gonna tell you the books of the favorite authors I've read. Something was wrong with that sentence. Yes, it would be Tigers by M.A. Bennett because I just love the whole series. And Holly Jackson's A Good Girl. Guide to Murder. Also, yes. Yeah, probably Ravi from The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, because he's just, as I already said, it's not a toxic relationship. My bar's on the floor. Let me see. I think probably Pip Pipper from A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. She's just extraordinary, and I like her. I liked her last year already, but haven't read that much new things, so that would be it. Um, Maybe one that I haven't mentioned yet. Was that really all I read? Can't believe that. I think Jennifer Bankhouse, One True Queen, made me happy in the sense that I didn't expect to like it that much, and then I did. So I guess I would name that. Ooh, did I think I watched only one, so it's not like really a choice. But The Summer I Turned Pretty came out this year, and I read the book last year or the year before that. It's by Jennifer Han, the book with the letters, what is it called? To All the Boys I've Loved Before. That one. It's the same author, and yeah, I am pretty happy with the adaptation. I have opinions. I wanted to make a video anyway about that, so stay tuned. But all in all, it's a pretty nice, feel-good series. It's very pretty, it's very nice to watch, it's very summery, so yeah, that would be my answer. Favorite review I've written this year. Okay, that's fun because I overread the second word and I was like, ooh, favorite book I've written. What? I kind of want to answer that question too, even if it's not there. I don't really, to be honest, I don't think I put that much thought in my reviews this year. So I'm gonna answer the question with the book I've written because I stumbled over it and why not change it a bit. I had peppers. Kitty cat. Oh. Hello, kitty. Oh. So, meine Süße. Aber ich habe leider immer noch keine Leckerlis für dich. She loses so much hair this time of year. So anyway, yes, favorite book I've written. I'm currently writing a letter. Okay, that sneeze was not even loud enough to really be scary, but I am working on a letter novel that you can read from both sides. Like, it's two different views basically and two different timelines a little bit. So you can start it from the back and read her view, and you can start it from the other side and read his view, and then together it makes a complete story, if you will. So yeah, I really like the characters of that book. I really like the idea. I'm still thinking about if I want to self-publish it, because it's my first English novel and I think it could probably have a pretty good chance in self-pub. For everybody, yeah, if you don't know, I live in Germany, so English books, I'm not sure how well they fly in the English market, but the book also takes place close to London, so I don't really want to translate it. It kind of works in the language it is in. So yeah, probably. I don't know yet, but maybe self-pub. But yeah, this is gonna be done this year. I'm gonna finish it this year, I think, so I can publish it end of this year or next year, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Yes, better than reviews, because all the reviews this year were just like about to be updated and I have to think about it, so they were not really anything. I can't forget the day we met, your eyes so blue, me pressing through. Most beautiful book I bought this year, yes, You've Reached Sam, definitely. Most beautiful cover art. Not a good book, in my opinion. For me, it was not satisfying to read it, but it is so beautiful. I can't forget the day we met, your smile so bright, it made me small. What books do you really need to... This is such a long sentence. Okay, basically, books I want to read this year still. They are all over here. So this is half my bookshelf, the other one is out of frame. And then I have my 2 read books on this little treasure chest. There's like my bedding is in there. I definitely wanna read all the books of my German favorite author again, Antonia Michaelis, and all the books I have of her that I have already read, and also the ones I freshly bought that I have not read yet. Those are books they are on my list this year, and then all the others. That's a weird question. Is that the booktube community? I don't know any of you. I would love to change that, but I don't know any of you. So I'm just gonna maybe say the channels, well, booktubers I like. My favorite booktuber is probably Paperback Dreams, because she's just so funny. I admire the relationship she seems to have with her dad, and it's so wholesome. I'd love to have that connection to my family. So every time I watch her and her dad, and I'm like, that would be so nice. Also, I discovered A Clockwork Reader this year, like 2 weeks ago, and I also very much enjoy her content. I think both are pretty big booktubers though, so I'm not sure if that... Nah, why wouldn't it count? Yeah, that is my answer. Okay. I'm gonna let the cat out now. I'm not sure how much that helped anybody. It showed me that I have read not much of substance and that I really need to change that, but I am in the right mood to start up this channel again and upload a few more videos and start my book journey. Do you hear the cat? She wants to go outside. Okay, bye. Pretty kitty, pretty kitty.